Okay. I finished watching, or I watched Superman, the new Superman movie yesterday, and I gotta say it was pretty damn good. I don't know what people are talking about. People are like trolling. I'm gonna give a non-spoiler and a spoiler review. I'm on vacation in PR, so excuse if I'm doing all this on my laptop, so it's gonna look a little crappier than usual. There I get pushed off the rails because Mario Kart World is so fun. But anyways, I went to CMX and I watched it in like nice Dolby quality, so that was pretty cool. Non-spoiler review. No joke, one of the best superhero movies, comic book movies of the last couple of years. I'd say in the last probably 5 years or more, you could argue. It's James Gunn, so I had faith from the beginning. The only complaint I could see someone making is that certain characters kind of felt shoehorned in, like they were there for no good reason. They were kind of in and out. But the movie itself was phenomenal. Visuals, as you can see on the little clip I'm showing you, that's just the intro of the movie, the opening credits or whatever. But visually, it was bright. It was very cartoony, comic-y, goofy almost, but in a good way. Music was literally 10 out of 10. You could not ask for better music. Again, James Gunn. It wasn't like your slop of a recent Marvel project where it's just a bunch of cameos. All the cameos made sense. They belonged. They weren't forced to be in. Plus, some of them were pretty discreet. So, except the one at the end. The one at the end was pretty loud. But anyways, yeah, I don't really have complaints. So for the spoiler review, I will say that, well, it's not really a spoiler, but the actors did a stellar job. They all brought their characters to life in a different way. But special shout out to the guy who played Mr. Terrific. What was I trying to do with those bots? I don't know, but they're okay. Yeah, that's your typical level 10 mission. But anyways, the guy that played Mr. Terrific, that one fight scene, if you watch the movie, you know which one I'm talking about. About midway through the movie, where the music starts blasting, him by himself. Probably the best fight scene in the entire movie. But I digress. Like I said at the beginning, this movie is an easy 9 out of 10. The people who are hating on it online, I don't know, you got rocks in your head or something, or you have brain mold. I don't know what to say. It's just, or your taste, or just maybe you just have garbage taste. I don't know. Or maybe you watched it with a blindfold on and earplugs. That could be another possibility. Yeah, I watched it with my uncle. Great time. 10 out of 10. Would go again. It was awesome. The audience was full. The cinema itself was full, so it was really cool to see it with other people. And everybody was pretty alive, unlike other movies where everybody's quiet the entire time. But people were laughing, cheering, got quiet when things got a little bleak. So yeah. Okay, I'm in the car. I just saw it a second time. I didn't give a spoilered review in my last recording from yesterday, so I'm gonna give it now. And since I just came out of the movie theater, I'm pretty fresh. And check out the Superman Cup. It was I was kind of hesitant about it at first. I'm I don't know if I really want it. I'm not the biggest Superman fan. I like Superman, but I'm not D1 Glazer type Superman fan. No offense to people that are. But now that I've been holding it and sucking on it, and fiddling with the cape and stuff, I'm okay, well, it's kind of neat. Now I'm trying to like it. It has texture. I can move around the cape, although it's a bit too rigid, but I guess I didn't want people snapping it clean off, so it makes enough sense. But anyways, enough with the goddamn cup. The movie. I saw it a second time, and I can say for certain my opinion has not changed. Easy 9 out of 10, no brainer. I was paying attention to everything, and I gotta say, from the way, I don't know if it was in the trailers, but spoilers, by the way, spoiler. Editor, put the spoiler tag on the screen right now. Thank you. Spoilers ahead. I don't know if it was in the trailers, but looking back at the movie, it's pretty goddamn obvious that Ultraman was a clone. He literally uses heat vision, the laser eyes, at the beginning of the movie, like in the first 5 minutes of the movie, no joke. And if that wasn't an indicator, later on in the movie, when the dumb blonde Eve is sending all the pictures to Jimmy, he literally uses super hearing. The only thing he didn't do was the ice breath, but other than that, anyways. So yeah, that was. I'm not critiquing it, but the people were like, oh, who's Ultraman? Oh, is it Henry Cavill? Is it a clone? Bizarro? Is it someone else completely? Is it okay? Like it's, I can kind of see the Henry Cavill thing, but now no at the same time because James Gunn just wouldn't do something like that. Not in a bad way, but that's more like that's something the MCU would do. James Gunn has a different vision when it comes to comic book things. I don't think we'll see another multiverse within the DC. Thank God. I do not want to see some multiversal crap until maybe like years and years down the road. But anyways, again, I will say when it comes to individual characters, my number 3 is going to be Mr. Terrific. Number 2, Guy Gardner. And number 1, without a doubt, Jimmy. Jimmy was, every minute he was on screen, it was like, he almost brought a smile to my face because it was either funny or he just had like the facial expressions he made, and he was kind of relatable, but in the most non-relatable way because I don't know about you guys, but I don't have metahuman powers that make every female that lays their eyes upon me attracted to me. I can see how that'd be handy, but that's just not a thing. Is he a metahuman? Is he not? Is it just, does he just have irresistible riz? I don't really know. I can't say, but it might be like some gag metahuman superpower type stuff. But anyways, number 1, Jimmy Olsen. But that being put to the side, the Justice Gang. Honestly, I was kind of iffy from the trailers and stuff, and when I first saw them, I'm like, I feel like they're kind of shoehorned in. But watching the movie again, the entire movie felt very alive, very interconnected, and it felt responsive in a way that I think past DC projects have failed miserably, and also Marvel, MCU stuff in recent years. The world doesn't feel alive. In this movie, it's the first movie of this universe. Yes, I say first movie. I know Peacemaker's canon and Creature Commandos, but those are shows and they're pretty small in scale. This is huge in comparison. And, you know, the movie starts and you're immediately thrust into the world. No pause, no breaks. It doesn't hold your hand. It gives you a quick 2-second explanation. Boom. Superpowers and metahumans and everything else started popping up 300 years ago. The age of gods and monsters. Boom. 30 years ago, alien from space arrives on Earth. 3 years ago, boom, he introduced himself as Superman, the strongest of all. And then, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 hours, 3 minutes, whatever. And even with all that being said and done, there's these small little moments throughout the entire movie where you don't question the details and you kind of just accept it naturally. It feels very natural when they show Guy at the diner having a bowl of cereal in the middle of the day. Even though he's literally in his Green Lantern attire, you don't question it. You're like, okay, he is at a diner having something to eat, watching the news. Boom, moving on. When Elemental Man, when he's with, like, I'm assuming his wife or whatever, because he had the kid, Joey, with that human chick. Well, he's also technically human, but we don't know about that. You don't question it. Like, yeah, you might say, oh, who is she? But then if you think about it for 2 seconds, I think, don't kill me if I'm wrong, but he's not an alien. He's a metahuman. So he was a regular dude, and at some point, he got powers. I don't know the details. I don't know the backstory, but from watching the movie, I think that's what it is. And, when Lex unleashed the giant kaiju thing to attack Metropolis, and him, Superman and the Justice Gang go to stop him, you see how people don't really care. Like, they care, but they're not, like, geeking out, like, like, they're not losing their marbles. They're like, okay, well, let's get out of the way. Let's have Superman and the rest handle it. Take a step back. There was literally a guy eating yogurt in his store as he was watching this all happen, like, a couple, like, maybe a couple 100 feet in front of him. There was a girl taking a stroll through the park just kicking rocks as a kaiju almost ended her life with those giant metal containers or whatever the hell it was before Superman grabbed her. So the world is already off to a great start, 10 out of 10. When it comes to individual characters, I gotta say they feel just as alive. They are true to their roots, Superman, Guy Gardner, etc., but they don't, at any point, they don't feel forced, they don't feel unnatural. That's a big thing. When they feel unnatural, that was a big problem with Snyder's universe. A lot of characters just didn't feel right. Like, I can't even tell you exactly what it was, but whenever I saw Perry on the screen, or Lois on the screen, or others, I was just like, yeah, they might have looked cool or said cool things or had cool appearances or whatever at moments, not all the time, but something just didn't feel right. It was kind of, it had a sticky air to them. That's not the case with this movie. Everything feels just how it should be. And as the movie was wrapping up and I got to the credits, the one thing I thought to myself, I'm like, wow, this is the best comic book to movie adaptation I think I've ever laid my eyes on. Is it my favorite? No, because I have biases towards Marvel, specifically Iron Man and a couple of other projects. But I can say definitively, as a comic book superhero movie, it is probably the best ever. Maybe this opinion changes with time, but as of right now, that's what I'm going with. 9 out of 10, like I said earlier, multiple times. You got any thoughts you want to share?
Go see it. Go see the movie. It's really good. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Go judge it for yourself. You won't be disappointed.
Well, that's my uncle's opinion. Rating out of 10?
8.5.
8.5 and 9 out of 10. Do with that as you wish. Okay, quick recording. I forgot. Editor, put this in before I say the outro. Here's some food for thought. How did it's not really important to the grander story, but it's just me nitpicking. How did Clark find out about the Fortress of Solitude and the bots and the message from his parents? Did he find it when he was a baby? When he was a kid? When he announced himself as Superman? I'm assuming he was grown up and his actual parents, they're like, hey man, when we found you in that little spaceship, when you landed here on our farm, it had these coordinates, or it said go to the ice, or go to the whatever. He goes there, finds a message from his parents, finds the robots, dons a suit, Superman. Another thing was, I forgot, so unless I remember by the time I edit this, I will not be putting it in the video. Thanks, Mr. Editor. Peace out, Girl Scouts.